Today I have a tutorial for you on the look that I am wearing right here. It is an indie green smoky eye. And I know that when it comes to color being on the eyes, a lot of people tend to be like, oh no, like that's too bright, too dramatic, too bold. And that can be true sometimes, but not in this case. This is a very wearable color. So it's great because if you still want to play around with color, you can, but it's not going to be too over the top, you know what I'm saying? This look is going to be appropriate for a night out or like a late afternoon, evening, event, or dinner, what have you. We're actually celebrating my uncle's 40th birthday this weekend, and this is going to be the look that I will be wearing. I hope you guys love this video. I had so much fun to create it for you. Comment down below and let me know what you want. Right now, like I have a small list of things that I have coming up, but I want recommendations from you guys, so please comment and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!
Alrighty, so starting off with a freshly cleaned face that is already moisturized, I'm going to be starting off today with MAC's Fix Plus Spray, and I'm going to spritz this generously all over my skin, and this is just going to give me a really nice boost of hydration before I go in with my foundation. And today I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever's HD foundation. I'm in the shade 123, and this is like top 3 favorite foundations. It's a medium to full coverage, although you can sheer it out and you can build it up. It's one of the many reasons why I love it. It's also going to be a demi-matte finish, and it photographs beautifully. It's just an all-around great foundation. I'm going to be using my Real Techniques buffering brush, and I'm just going to buff this into the skin, making sure we have an even application. Next, I'm going to be going in with MAC's Prolong Wear Concealer in NC20. Now, this is obviously a few shades lighter than my skin, but that's fine. That's exactly what I want because I want this to act as a highlighting shade. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put that in upside-down triangles under the eyes, and this is going to give the illusion of an instant eye lift. I first saw this method years and years ago from the amazing Candy Johnson, and this method has really blown up. Everybody is doing it now, but it really is a great technique. And every time you highlight, you always want to highlight on the highest points of the face, which is exactly why I'm putting that concealer on the bridge of the nose, on my forehead, on my cupid's bow, on my chin. That is always going to be where you want to highlight. And I'm taking my trusty beauty blender, damp of course, and this is my ultimate favorite way to blend out my concealer. It's foolproof, it's easy, and it's really hydrating as well. As you can see, I am pressing and dabbing that into the skin. Always, you don't want to swipe, you don't want to wipe, because all that's going to do is just remove that foundation and that concealer that we just put on, and that's exactly what you do not want to do. Next, I'm going to be going in with the MAC Pro Powder in Emphasize. Now, you do not have to have a Pro card or be a Pro member to get your hands on this stuff. You can just simply order it online. And I am using the Morphe M438 brush, and I am patting and lightly sweeping that over all the areas where I went in before with that concealer to highlight. I'm also putting it on my lids because that's going to help with the eyeshadow process in here in just a few minutes or seconds. And this stuff, in the casing, it looks stark white, but when you put it on, it really just gives you the most beautiful glow. You do have to be careful, though, because if you pack it on too much, it can look a little intense, so just keep that in mind. Here I'm just doing my eyebrows, and I really skimmed through this. I didn't film much of it at all because I feel like eyebrows are a whole other video within itself, but I did use the Anastasia dual-ended brush in 07, and I used the Sonia Kashuk brow quad. And bam, eyebrows done. And next, I'm going to be taking Makeup Geek's Peach Smoothie. Now, let me just say, this is not going to be the most appealing color. Like, this is not going to be the shade that you're going to be like, oh my god, like, what color is that? It's so beautiful. You're not even going to notice it. But I promise you, when going in with dark shades and when doing a smoky eye, you're going to be glad that you did use it because it's going to make the blending process so much easier. And I'm just going to take that on a Sigma E40 blending brush, and I'm going to generously dust that and blend that all onto the lid. And now we're just going to jump right into it. This is the shade Envy, and this is again another Makeup Geek shadow. And I'm going to be using the Morphe G20 brush, and this is just a very flat, dense brush. It's perfect for packing that color on the lid. Now again, I know when working with dark, intense colors like this, and when just the thought of a smoky eye can freak people out, but I have 3 rules, and it's simple. Use a transition shade, take your time, and blend. If you do these 3 things, your outcome is guaranteed to be what you want it to be. As you can see here, I am not going to extend this color past my crease. Once you take this color up into your crease or exceed your crease, that's when things are going to start to get messy and scary and crazy. You want to keep it as low down to your crease as you most possibly can. As you can see here, I am just carving this color out with this brush, and that's why this brush is really nice, because it's not for blending. It's just for placement. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat that to the other eye. Again, being really generous with the color, and I'm being very, very careful. Now, a lot of the times, people would just want to stop right here and think that they're done, but no, 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 no. We are halfway done. We still need a transition shade, and we still need to blend a whole lot. So just be prepared. Take your time. Don't be frustrated. Don't get frustrated. You can do it. Just remember, be careful, take your time, and it will all come together soon. Next, I'm going to be taking Deep Skin, and this is going to be our transition shade, and this is a Morphe color. I'm also going to be taking a Morphe brush, an M433, and I'm going to be placing this color only into the crease. Now, this is going to be when you're going to want to take your time blending, and then blending, and blending, and blending, and then blending some more. This is when you don't want to get frustrated. This is, this part right here is just really crucial. And as you can see, like, guys, I took a good 10 minutes just going back and forth with different brushes. Like here, I took that Morphe G20, packing up more color. Then the Morphe M433, again, blending everything out, just like making colors more intense, fluffing it out. Like here I have my E40 blending brush, and I'm just marrying everything together with no additional product. I just keep on going back in with those brushes and just blending with no extra product. And here I just went in and I cleaned up my mess with my foundation brush with no additional product. I should have done my eyes before I did my face, but before I knew it, it was too late. Typically, I would never go in with a cream product after powder, but I had very little product on my brush. It wasn't that big of a deal. Next, I'm going to be going in with another Makeup Geek color, and this is a newer shade, and it is in Sure Thing. I'm going to be recycling brushes, and I'm going to use that same Morphe G20 brush, and I'm just flipping it over on the clean side, and I'm going to pack that color, Sure Thing, all onto the center of the lid, only on the center of the lid, because what this is going to do is just make our eyes pop. You want the lightest colors in the center of the eye to make your eye pop. And then I'm going back in with that deep Envy green shade, and I'm placing that into the corners of the eye. Now I'm using the Morphe M433, but guys, don't use this brush. It's way harder. I would use a pencil brush. I just wasn't home and I didn't have all my brushes. I made it work, but still, just use something a little bit more exact. Here I'm just coating my lashes with I think it's like Maybelline Colossal Lashes. I think that's what it is. It doesn't matter. Any mascara will do because they're just going to go in with false lashes. These are going to be the falsies in what are they called? Iconic. They are the iconic lashes for House of Lashes. I didn't record much of this because I'm going to have a video coming up on how to apply them very soon. And here I'm just going to go ahead and go back in with that Envy color with the pencil brush. The reason why I didn't use this pencil brush and to deepen up my corners is because this was a little bit too tiny. I needed something just a little bit more fat. I needed something fat and domed to really get in there, but not this brush. But I'm just going to go ahead and dust that into my lower lash line. Next up, I am going to be contouring, and I am using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer to do that, and whoa, that is a lot of bronzer on my face. So from here on out, at least on this side of my face, I didn't add any more. I just blended everything out that I did right there. And I'm just going to be continuing that on the other side, and I'm really making sure that I am getting that bronzer into the hairline. The one thing that you don't want is a really distinct line of no bronzer or no contour and in between your hairline. So you really want to make sure that you're really blending that in and really being generous with it. Here I wanted to contour my nose a little bit. Obviously I didn't do anything too exact because the brush that I'm using wouldn't be the brush that I would use to contour my nose, but I still wanted a little something there, and I was just being extra careful with it. And yeah, I'm just going in and making sure that everything is really blended nicely. Here I'm going back in with that MAC Emphasize powder and just cleaning up my mess, making sure that my highlight and my contour is blended nicely. And I brought my contour just a little bit too low, so what this is going to do is really clean it up and just sharpen up that contour. This is a really, really great way to clean up any mess that you made. And yeah, so everything is blended nicely. Next, I'm going in with the MAC blush. It's a matte blush, and it is in Sincere. I picked this color. It's not anything too intense. It's not pinky. It's more of like a burnt apricot color. The eye is already the star of the show, and I wanted them to do all the talking, so I didn't want anything too crazy. Next, I'm going in with my favorite highlighter of all time, Marylou-manizer by the Balm. Now, I love me some Becca Cosmetics, and their highlighters are bomb, but this highlighter is my favorite. It's the most intense highlighter you will ever come across in your life, and it is a true vanilla shade. And then again, with no additional product, I'm just blending everything together. And I feel like I always do this part last, but I'm just coating my bottom lashes with some mascara. And then next for the lips, I'm going to be going in with ColourPop's Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Bumble. Now, if you know me, you know that I love bold lips, but of course with these eyes, I didn't want anything too bold. I wanted them to be the star of the show, but yet I didn't want to have a complete nude lip. I still wanted color on my lips. So I thought Bumble was the perfect shade for that. It's like a really nice, like vintage or dusty rose shade. It's perfect. And then to top everything off, I am spritzing myself with MAC Fix, and your look is complete.
Britt!
What?
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Oh,
Why did I have to heat up my own lunch?
because you're trifling.
You should be doing this.
You're trifling. Did you eat all the pasta?
Pretty much.
Huh?
I don't know. We're back in business up in here. Huh?
Did you know today was National Dog Day?
No, never heard of that before.
It's National Dog Day.
Who said that?
It's everywhere.
I've never heard of that. That's all makeup.
It's not makeup. I'm trying to say that today is National Dog Day. We didn't get Jack any treats.
I've never heard of that before.
Anything. Yes, National Dog Day. Look it
Never
up.
heard of that before either.
Look it up.
You've never heard of that before either until today.
I had heard of it.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. Ow! Sick! Ugh. What is this? No.